So everyone, welcome to the Governor's Podcast. We really appreciate you guys being here. This event is a new event in the Southwest District, and it was kind of a funny idea I had a while ago. For those who know me, I'm funny. I like to make a lot of jokes, kind of funny ideas. And I started thinking about it. What if we actually had a podcast? What if we actually had an event that people can just kind of sign up for, get emails for, and they get exclusive information, and it's a great fun time, like informality, and we just have a great time. So yes, that's pretty much how the Governor's Podcast started. So I appreciate you all being here. Our goal for the meeting and the event is to have everyone talk once. So we've done a pretty good job of that so far with having everyone talk. So I'm very glad that we've done that. But for those who haven't talked yet, we're looking forward to hearing from you. So we are going to start off intro to the governor and my journey. So for those who don't know me, I'm Brandon Strange. I'm the Southwest District Key Club Governor. I've been governor since April this year. It's been one crazy ride. So I've been to tons of conventions, tons of meetings, and so it's been pretty crazy. But I'm enjoying it. The governor role is really one of the harder roles and busier. So the things that I do for the district, the board of LTGs, we have 17 lieutenant governors in Southwest, and each one is responsible for their own division and their own lieutenant and their own key club president. My job is to make sure that they're provided for, that they have everything they need, to make sure you guys have everything you need, and to make sure you guys are cared for. Couple other things I do. I serve on the I Council, so I help with international policy and I help give them ideas for things that we can improve in Key Club. Also help plan events like this one and plan events with district events, and I help set goals and expectations for the district. So that's really my goal as governor. So the question is now, how did I get here? So my freshman year, I joined Key Club. For those who know me, I go to a very small school. It is 150 people in the high school. One hallway school, so very small school, but one of the only clubs we have is Key Club. I joined really thinking that it was just going to be great for my college application, something to bolster my applications and look really good and have some fun at school. And then my second year, I was like, you know what? I want to be club president by senior year. By senior year, I want to be club president. Boy, I didn't know where I was going. So what ended up happening, I ran for vice president and I got it. So I did get vice president. And my third year, my junior year, I ran for lieutenant governor of the San Pedro division. That is the division I am from. Go San Pedro strong. Our lieutenant governor Leo's on the call tonight. And I ran for lieutenant governor and I lost. It was an election and I lost. It happens to the best of us. But luckily, I was offered a position after an application process, and I was the decon chairman. And that is the person who kind of plans decon and gets things going and plans the district events. And our new decon chairperson is on the call, Riley McClure, tonight. She's a great replacement, and she is not going to be as good as me. She's going to be even better. So we are very happy Riley's in the role. And then my senior year, this last decon, I ran for governor, and I'm very thankful I did. And I ran and I won. So now we're here. That is kind of how I came in to be governor. Are there any questions on me? Anything that I like, governor journey, anything like that? My stuff is a little laggy right now, but I think things are still kind of popping up in the chat. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to unmute and ask.
So, Governor Brandon, I heard you just went to an international convention in Atlanta, Georgia. Can we hear more about that?
Yes. You are actually Sergio. How did you see the agenda? That is the next thing on the agenda. So real quick, I'm going to answer Mr. CK's question and then get back to that. So my plan after high school, I plan to go to a college in Arizona. I've applied to NAU, Grand Canyon University, and U of A. So I'm hoping that I have the best opportunities with those schools, and I plan to study criminal justice. I'm looking forward to it. Good question, Mr. CK. And then next, as Sergio already mentioned, that's kind of what we're getting into next, icon recap. So for those who don't know, in July of this year and every year, there's a Key Club International Convention, very similar to a district convention, just international. It's everyone and everything. And so some things that we had from Icon, lots of contests and awards. We had 7 lieutenant governors recognized for RFL. We had Vista Grande High School get recognized for gold for, I believe it was Signature Project. We had one outstanding district. Oh, Yes, Sergio. Sergio's from Vista Grande. We had one question, or we had one winner for outstanding district officer. That was me, for my efforts as decon chairman. We won the Spirit Award during one of the open sessions, and we would have won the entire convention, but they did not have an entire convention trophy. And I got Sergio to thank for that, helping us get that trophy. And then other than that, some other things about Icon. We went on a tour. So the first day and the last day we were there, we went on a tour. Some of the things we saw were the Atlanta Aquarium, which is one of the biggest aquariums in the United States. We went to the World of Coke, which is everything Coca-Cola. We went to the National Museum of Human and Civil Rights, and it talks about the civil rights acts in the United States and the human rights acts all over across the world. And then we went to the Olympic Park with the big rings, and we got to hang out there for a while, and it was really great. So that is really Icon. There a lot more happened at Icon. The last thing, during elections, we have two now members who are linked to Southwest. Our new international trustee is Sunny Sandu. Many of you may know him, and he will be kind of helping us stay connected to international and their goals. And then for those who, all of you should know this name, David Rabina. He is our Key Club International president for this year, and he is also from the Southwest District. He is from the Lookout Mountain Division. And so we are very happy to have Southwest represented at the international level, and we are very excited to be working with Sunny moving forward. So next, some things about the district. So each year, the executive board and I set goals for the year. And these goals we usually outline at decon, and we kind of plan through for the year. So some of the goals we have is making sure that everyone is using their personal emails instead of school emails. So what that does is it pretty much makes communication a lot easier. So school issued emails, which many of us, if not all of us, have, they have firewalls and they block all of our Key Club emails. Anything that has SWD Kiwanis on it gets blocked. And so we really want to push having people use their school emails when they sign up. And we'll be doing some efforts to try and call and contact schools to get those emails changed. Another thing is membership goals. Right now, we are at about 4,350 members, give or take. We want to get to 4,550. So we want a 200 member increase this year. We're looking very forward to it. We're getting very excited, and we're thinking it's a very plausible goal. We need all of your guys' help. Some of the other executive goals is fundraising enhancement. At this last decon, Southwest District was made a nonprofit 501c3 organization. Big fancy terms, but what that really means is that we can seek corporate sponsorships from organizations and companies, and that'll really enhance our fundraising capabilities. And then the last thing is enhancing media. So I hope all of you follow the Southwest District Instagram at SWDKCI and the TikTok as well. And we really just want to make sure media is good, media is fresh, user generated content. So making sure you're hearing more from the key clubbers and not just looking at graphics. So that goals for the year. And that's really it. We really just want to get that stuff done. We want to keep Southwest South best if you haven't heard that phrase yet. So I'm curious. Question: what states are the Southwest District in? We're gonna have a couple trivia questions throughout this this process. Excuse me. So please feel free to unmute or put it in the chat. What states are the Southwest District in? All right, I see it first, Mr. Eric Valerio, New Mexico, Texas, and Arizona. But who can correct Eric? We are New Mexico. Yes, and Leo corrected him. We are Arizona, New Mexico, and El Paso, Texas. If we had Texas, it would be a much larger district. But yes, very good job, guys. And then next, well, I kind of talked about this already with CK's question, and I saw a follow up to that. ASU. I will not be applying to ASU. I have no interest in ASU, and that's just me. But what dream college slash major? So feel free to unmute and shout it out, or feel free to put it in the chat. What is the dream college? What college are you planning on going to? And then what is the major you want? Or just put the college. We're going to hear some and we're going to, spit them out. So please feel free, unmute and talk about them. Now, for those who don't know, Sienna Zarate is very big on college. College is everything. So, Sienna, what is some stuff that you're planning on doing with college? I see some in the chat.
I hope to go to Yale and to study economics, but I do want to double major. So I want to do economics and maybe political science or economics and finance or economics and statistics. But either way, the consistent one is economics.
Nice. Very cool. And Nelson Super Last and our South Mountain Lieutenant Governor is very adamant on ASU. Miss Moore, one of our administrators, said Mississippi State. Leo Johnson, another of our lieutenant governors, said MIT. Evie Wilson said UC Davis. Emily said U of A. Yes, bear down. That is the one I'm leaning towards, but we will definitely see. University of Arizona for nursing, definitely. UPenn, I see UPenn. Princeton or Stanford. What's wrong with ASU? I'm in Southern Arizona, and so there's definitely like a lot of stigma about ASU down here. So that's kind of just the culture I was raised on. And then I don't know. I hear things about ASU, and that's really it. And I'm also Phoenix traffic. Phoenix traffic is definitely not for me. I am not one for Phoenix traffic. So, but enough about all that. We're gonna have plenty more questions to talk about, but we have a special guest. We're gonna be talking about some financials and some great things about Key Club that I can't explain as well, but other than our Secretary Treasurer Sienna Zarate. So give her a round of applause, welcome her in, and we are gonna hear from Sienna.
Okay.
All right. So first, go ahead, Sienna.
No, you go.
Okay. First question, Sienna. What is YOF? What is that?
Okay, so the YOF, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, the YOF stands for the Youth Opportunity Funds, which are endowed funds by the Kiwanis. And so they essentially fund Key Club service projects that aim to better our community. And there are some explicit Kiwanis fund areas like education and literacy, health and nutrition. And so there's two different cycles throughout the year. There's one October 15th and there's one March 1st. So if you're aiming for the October 15th one, you should start planning with your clubs, brainstorming, filling out applications for any service project ideas you might want to do. And the Southwest is really trying to promote this as a great resource for funding. It's fundraising directly through Kiwanis International because that is who reviews the applications. But I know, so we're trying to get these numbers up. We haven't had too many in the past. Paradise Honors did get one a few years ago, and they strongly recommend the Youth Opportunity Fund. And you can also ask your club to do like a match funds, so that way you can get even more funding if you'd like to make your service project bigger.
Perfect. Thank you, Sienna. And how much is the YOF actually?
So the YOF is a range. It goes from $250 to $1,000, depending on how much you request and what the International Board approves.
Perfect. And so my next question, at the International Convention this past summer in Atlanta, there was a dues increase that was proposed and it was passed. So what can you tell me about that?
So there was actually two amendments passed at ICON. There was one which raised the international dues component from $7 to $10. And so this is essentially to make up a deficit caused by inflation, as well as to go towards a possible Kiwanis insurance fund. And then the next amendment is a automatic adjustment plan, which will adjust dues according to the inflation rates and it'll round to the nearest 25 cents. So let's say in 4 years, according to inflation, dues would raise 23 cents. It'd be rounded to 10.25. And then with this, because the international dues increased, that also means there's a guideline that district dues can exceed international dues, which means that district dues can now not exceed $10. So we have a $10 international fee, a $5 Southwest fee, and then a possible $10 club fee. But that's the decision of the club.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I heard that term dues a lot. So what exactly do dues go towards?
So dues go towards funding both the international and the Southwest District. These events like Camp Fall Rally or even just the district board operating cost money. So those dues help us pay for them, as well as having different programs and opportunities for our key clubbers, such as the Global Leadership Certification, which is 40 self-paced courses designed to teach leadership. So it funds those projects. It helps fund so many things that make Key Club great.
Perfect. Thank you. And then something also new in Southwest, in addition to the governor's podcast, I've been hearing about a secretary treasurer exclusive newsletter. Can you tell me about that a little bit?
Yes, so the Secretary Treasurer newsletter is something I started this year and I'm very proud of. This is a newsletter that goes directly to the secretaries and treasurers of the district to make sure that they have knowledge on their roles, and hopefully, since it is directly, we're able to reach them a little bit better. So it talks about fundraising opportunities, their roles. It notified them of the amendments dues increase almost right away. And then it also has any other relevant information that I deem helpful to the secretaries and treasurers. And if you're on this call and you're a secretary and treasurer and you haven't been receiving it, make sure that your club fills out the officer certification form, and then I get my emails from that list. So that secretary treasurer is a great resource for your secretaries and treasurers that I'm trying to get everyone on.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Sienna. Yeah. Secretary Treasurer newsletters are a great way to get exclusive information as well, and also just to stay connected with Sienna.
Yes. And then I had some questions for the podcast people. So, can anyone answer when and where was Key Club founded?
Whew. No, that's a tough one. When and where was Key Club founded, guys?
You guys got it. Oh,
Uh,
Evie Wilson coming in with the right answer. It was Sacramento, California in 1925.
Is it possible she could have Googled it that quickly? Let's think about. I'm just kidding. No, Evie got it. Evie got it.
Yep. And then I want to know, where do you all work or spend your free time?
Ooh, where can spend your free time? Feel free to unmute and shout them out, guys. Feel free. Applebee's, nice. I'll be visiting that soon enough. I'll see you there, Eric. Get some employee discounts. Let's see what else. Maurice's, nice. State Farm in nap time,
I work at Hollister.
nice. Allstate. Granite, you fabricate and install granite. That is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Me personally, I work aftercare at my school, and I help teach second graders, and I help bring juice to them and stuff like that. But definitely not making granite. Panera Bread. Okay, I gotta add that to my list of where I gotta go soon. Anywhere else? I know we have some dog lovers in this call. Oh, yes. Riley, where do you work? What do you do for work?
So I dog sit. That's kind of my thing, and I watch over 20 dogs. So it's yeah. I'm a huge animal person.
Nice. Perfect. Thank you so much, Sienna. We appreciate you guys. Give her a round of applause, our first special guest. I'll do some snapping. I gotta hold my phone up. All right. So the next thing I also can't explain as well. Oh, it's getting dark out. That stinks. Might just go out there under a street or something. Our next special guest is Jonathan Chen. Jonathan Chen is one of our lieutenant governors. He's in the Sangre de Cristo division, and he is going to educate us on some things. So, Jonathan, welcome in.
Hello, Brendan.
How are you doing?
Good, you?
Well,
Well,
I don't know. My power went out, sitting in my yard, so we'll see.
okay.
We'll see how I am in 20 minutes. But yeah. So my first, Jonathan, one of our programs and partner is Start Strong Zambia. What is Start Strong Zambia?
Okay, so this actually goes a little bit ways back. So since like 1944, like UNICEF has been a dedicated partner of Key Club for like a long time. And so recently, we have our official like partnership with UNICEF, which is called Start Strong Zambia, and it aims to support children in Zambia. And something about Zambia is that 3 out of 4 first grade students lack proper brain development due to like essential needs such as like nutrition, healthcare, and learning opportunities. So they don't have any of that. So by collaborating like effectively with like the stable Zambian government, which is really rare in Africa and can help all of our efforts to actually go where we want them to go, we can aim to make the most significant impact possible with the funds we raise.
Amazing. That Start Strong Zambia definitely hits on all of Key Club's core values of, serving the children of the world. And so at the end you mentioned funds. Where do these funds actually go?
Okay, so our funds they all go on like building part of something called Nsaka, which is basically like a self-sustaining center for children to provide like education, safe living environment, fresh grown vegetables, drinking water, a kitchen, everything that is essential for our children's growth. And these centers they also try to like build a strong bond with parents and their child by providing like toys and resources such as books, and like just help build that bond between the children and the parents and make sure that these children have the best childhood possible.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I'm very glad to hear that our funds are going to something valuable. And then, quick note, you can ask any board member on this call. I always have my camera on. I'm always showing my face. I'm going to turn my camera off for now. Hopefully, my power will come back on soon. I hope all of you are praying. But I will have my camera off since you can't really see me anymore. So that will be it for the rest of the call. But Jonathan, no offense, but why are we talking about Start Strong Zambia? We're on the governor's podcast. We're trying to focus on district goals and the governor stuff. Why are we talking about Start Strong Zambia?
Okay, so can any board member perhaps answer this question for me? Help me out a little bit here. If any of you listened at the last board meeting, hopefully.
I hope
Okay,
they listened at
Jonathan.
the last board meeting.
Okay. What I think Jonathan wants me to say is that the governor's project this year. Oh, Bryce said it in the chat. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you,
yeah.
Bryce.
Exactly, perfect. So, Start Strong Zambia is actually our official governor's project of the year, and so meaning that this year, Southwest will have a huge ton of resources directed towards this one project. So, if like any club wants to start any sort of project with Start Strong Zambia, we have a ton of resources to offer to you.
Yes, thank you, Jonathan, Bryson, Leo. Start Strong Zambia is a project I have been involved in personally. I fundraised with my home club. We did a fundraiser at last district convention, and it went super well. And I love the most about Start Strong Zambia is that you actually get to see where your money's going, and there's very clear, expectations, where the funds actually go. So that is my favorite part about Start Strong Zambia. So Jonathan, what's the fundraising goal? What are we trying to get for Start Strong Zambia?
Okay, so our goal is to raise $8,000 this year, which is quite
Ooh.
high, but there are many exciting opportunities again to help us reach this amount, and this can make a huge impact on so many children in Zambia. So,
Nice. And what events are we gonna do to actually hit that $8,000 goal? What are some stuff we're gonna do this year?
okay, so in October, our biggest event is we partners with Builders Club to host a trick or treat event for UNICEF. And this is basically where like key clubbers and builders clubbers, we make like small bins around the district, and then we like advocate for donations on Halloween. And we collect money around the division, and we try to donate them into the Key Club International Start Strong Zambia area. And also in February, we are planning a fundraising February event, likely near Valentine's Day, probably a similar idea. And also we partners with Seas Candy. So basically like we'll go door to door making some like online orders, or you'll deliver them in person, try to like sell as much candy as possible. And then Seas Candy will donate some of that money to Start Strong Zambia. And again, any sort of initiatives that like any of you have for like your home clubs, like you can make your own sort of service event. And if you want to organize an event like this, please reach out to us. We have a ton of resources. We'd love to hear your ideas and support you in any way we possibly can.
And so on that last part, Jonathan, you mentioned reach out to us. Why would they reach out to you?
So I'm champion this year, and so my sole role here is to be here for you guys for this project. So like if you have any sort of questions like UNICEF's Key Club Star Strong Zambia or any like need support from the Southwest District, I'll probably be the first person you want to contact. So yeah, and just I hope Southwest does great in this, and I have full confidence in our abilities, and I can't wait to hear all the amazing ideas they come up with this year.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for all that Start Strong Zambia information. We're very excited for this, and we can't wait to get you guys all involved.
Yeah, of course. And I also have some trivia questions. So can anybody name the first key club in Southwest District?
Oh man, that is a tough question. Leo, come on, you got to know this. Come on, Leo. Who knows it? Come on. Oh, Nelson, I
Nope.
know. I love the Tempe love, not
Yeah.
Tempe hot.
No.
Any guesses? It's okay, Nelson. It's okay. I think they need a hint, Jonathan. They might need a hint.
Okay, so I'll give you guys all a hint. So it is in the least popular, well, actually, it is like in the it is in New Mexico, the very land of enchantment, somewhere near the Arizona border.
All right, so it is in New Mexico. Any guesses for New Mexico? Come on, throw some out there. Another hint, it is something. I see something. All right, Jonathan, who was it?
It was Miss Kathy, I think, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Miss Kathy. She got it. So it was Gallup High in New Mexico. And yeah, so my next question, does anybody do any sports for their high school?
Any sports, any sports. Sergio, you do sports. Okay,
So,
Kenny plays
oh,
football.
Did somebody say my name? Of course, yes, I do sports,
Sure,
Jonathan.
very
To
nice.
answer your question, not a lot of people do this. I do mountain biking.
Oh,
Whoa!
we have a ton of
Nice.
mountains here. You should come over here sometime. Los Alamos.
Okay, I see cheer, I see tennis, golf. I tried getting into golf, Olivia, never could do it. I played baseball for years, but it's not the same as swinging a golf club. Bryce does karate. Remember, guys, don't mess with Bryce. Let's see, golf, basketball, and tennis. Marching band is a sport.
Oh, yeah.
Southwest District Key Club affirms its position. It is a sport. I see rowing. Somehow we do rowing in Arizona with what water? I don't know where. Let's see, track, XC and track. Let's see, track, lots of track. So,
Wait,
uh, oh,
well, do you guys do long distance or sprinting?
I believe Leo does sprinting. Hurdle. Oh yeah, Leo.
Wow.
Long distance.
Long
Oh,
distance, mid distance, nice. Very nice.
nice. Yes, lots of track runners. You guys are track runners. You're track stars.
Shot put and
Oh,
discus.
guys,
Wow.
I made that joke in my class earlier. Someone was talking about track, and I was like, they're a runner, they're a track star, and I got the teacher to laugh. A lot of the students didn't get it, but somehow the teacher understood it. So I was very proud of myself. But I used to play baseball for my city league, and I am actually now a board volunteer. And so I am an umpire on the weekends. So I umpire baseball games. I call balls and strikes. It's not too bad of a gig. It's volunteer hours, and I get free meals from the snack shack. But sometimes parents do get upset with me if I don't make a call that suits them. So please give me some prayers on Saturdays. It gets pretty intense out there. And then I also do help run the snack shack on the weekends. So yes, sports are great. I love sports, all kinds of sports, except golf. I just can't get the hang of golf. Sorry, Olivia. I just can't get the hang of it. Oh, ASU has a good baseball team. Good to know. I'll be there when U of A beats them or Grand Canyon or someone. So, our last special. Oh, really quick. Thank you, Jonathan. Everyone, clap. Thank you for Jonathan for attending and being a special guest. We really appreciate you. Very nice job, Jonathan. Perfect. So now our next special guest needs no introduction, but I'll give one to her anyways. Miss Riley McClure will be giving us some information on what the district has to plan this year. Please welcome her.
Hello, everybody. My name is Riley McClure. I'm the Southwest District Events Chairperson. My job is to lead the District Events Committee, and we help plan DCON, of course. That is our biggest district event, but we also do tiny little events throughout the year. You probably were at our Back to School Town Hall that was just a couple days ago. So yeah, I'm super excited to be here.
Perfect. Thank you, Riley. So my first question is that each year Southwest District Key Club helps prepare Leadership Weekend. Now, what exactly is Leadership Weekend?
Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, Leadership Weekend is a weekend, obviously. It's November 9th to 11th, where Southwest District Key Clubbers from all across the district come up together, and we basically do a ton of activities. Now, there's two different events that you can go to. The first one is Camp Fall Rally. It's in Prescott, Arizona, in Camp Wamatochick. It's more like team building centered. So we do some rope courses, archery. We hike because like it's kind of in the forest, so it's kind of like cabin. We sit around the fire. Last year we did some stargazing. There's also like service projects and everything you could do. So you're sorted into teams, and it's more team building and learning to work with others. And it's usually people you haven't met before. The next is Key Leader, which is in Vanderwagen, New Mexico, and that's in Camp Kiwanis. It's more, it has team building aspects, but it's more about leadership skills. It's sponsored by Kiwanis International, and it's kind of made to build those principles of leadership. I've been to Camp Fall Rally before, but Brandon has been to Key Leader if he wants to talk a little bit about his experience.
No, thanks. Just kidding. Yes, of course. Key Leader is amazing. I have been to one in the CNH district my first time. And then I also went to the last year in Southwest District as a student facilitator. And Key Leader is really amazing. It's, cabin life and camp life for a weekend's always a joy, but we get to meet in the beautiful chapel and we do tons of self-guided courses. We do team building sections, we do singular sections, we do partner sections, and it's a lot of fun. We get to do the ropes course, and we learn the 6 pillars of key leaders. We learn the 6 pillars of those. We have lots of chants. We have lots of fun. You guys get to hear about a lot of the district stuff, and of course the ropes course and the meals. So Key Leader is really amazing, and it's a great opportunity for our New Mexico and El Paso friends to also attend some events. And both camps have s'mores. Yes.
Yeah, the
Perfect.
s'mores
Well,
are amazing.
Right. Now, my first question, I hope all of them are wondering too, where can they register?
So registration is now open at our district website, which is swdkeyclub.org. It'll be under the events tab. So you'll kind of see it at the top. It'll say events, and you'll see Fall Rally and Key Leader, or like Leadership Weekend. So I have a little kind of sidetrack question. For those of you who have attended Leadership Weekend before, I know there's a couple people in here who have. What is your favorite memory from Leadership Weekend?
And remember, we will cold call people. So if you have attended,
I know people who've
feel
been there.
Feel free.
Let's see. Taser. Oh,
Sergio muted. Sergio's going next.
Sergio, I'll do you next.
Oh,
I'll do you
sorry.
next.
Okay.
I was about to type in the chat, but I forgot what it was called. I think it was the double Dutch thing where we had to like bring as much as we could. Because I remember we took a big picture with our whole cabin before, and everyone's hoodies were just fully stuffed with everything you could need, and then we ended up winning.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was on Taser's team. We were in the same cabin. That was so much fun. Sergio?
Honestly, Leadership Weekend was something to remember. Getting outside the house, seeing the beautiful forest scenery, and honestly, just talking to people you've never seen before, getting to know them, and just saying, "Hey," they're just people out there doing fun activities. It's honestly something you wouldn't want to miss, and I would have kicked myself in the butt if I did not sign up last year. So, Leadership Weekend is something to put on the bucket list for your academic year. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
And you went to Key Leader, right?
Yes, ma'am. I don't want to put any biases, but for me, the better out of the two.
Woo!
So yeah, so hearing from someone who went to Camp Fall Rally, Taser was at Camp Fall Rally with me, and then someone who went to Key Leader. I hope you kind of bring this back to your clubs and kind of debate which ones you're going to go to. I know that's always kind of the annual debate about Leadership Weekend is which one to go to. So I
Yes.
hope to see some of you very soon.
At the end of the day, they are both amazing camps, and we recommend you go to one of them. So
100%.
moving away from that, schools are getting back in session and key clubs are rolling out for the year. What is really the first step for a key club officer's journey, for a president, a vice president, so on and so forth?
Well, after you get elected, which should be at like the end of the school year, is you're kind of getting back into things. The first thing you should do as an officer board is fill out the officer certification form. That is very, very important for your lieutenant governor. So that should be the first thing. But after that, it allows your lieutenant governor to reach out to you and plan the OTCs, or otherwise called the officer training conferences. So sometimes as you're kind of stepping into that new role, you don't really know what you're doing, or you have some idea, but you still need that little bit of guidance and training. So the OTC, or Officer Training Conference, is hosted by your lieutenant governor, and it helps to train your officers. And it's usually the roles of president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And they're basically training them for that upcoming year. Officer training conferences, if you are an officer, are super, super duper important, aka required. So you need to be attending them if you're an officer. The specifics kind of vary based on who your lieutenant governor is. So if you don't know any details about your OTC just yet, reach out to your lieutenant governor to find out the when, where, and all of those details. And another thing, kind of getting into that, is if you are in the Phoenix metro area, so kind of like Lookout Mountain Division, McDowell Mountain Division, White Tank, Estrella, South Mountain, kind of that general area, your OTC is kind of a different idea. It's something we call, it was new last year, Super Phoenix OTC. So that's kind of for that Phoenix metro area. So if you're in that area, your OTC is September 21st at Apollo High School. And this is Phoenix Metro only.
Amazing. Yes. Super Phoenix is a great opportunity. All OTCs are a great opportunity to get trained for the year, and your lieutenant governors to connect with you even more. And you get to get ideas from other clubs in your area. And for Super Phoenix, it is going to be amazing, and it's going to be great. So last question. While it is super far in the future and it'll come up and sneak up on us super quickly, what can we expect for DCON 2025, as that is one of your main roles?
So obviously, like I mentioned earlier, one of my main roles is planning DCON. So if you don't know what DCON is called District Convention. We just kind of shorten it a little bit, but is basically where the entire Southwest District meets up in one place, and we kind of stay for the weekend. We do some workshops. So our lieutenant governors will hold workshops for you guys where they will teach you a lot of like amazing resources for you to take back to your clubs. We elect our new district board, which includes the executives and lieutenant governors. We have keynote speakers, we have sessions, we have some pretty good food sometimes. So that's kind of a little bit about DCON. We also have contests and awards for your club to enter. So if you do some amazing service throughout the year, enter into some of the contests and awards. So that's just a little bit about DCON in general. But this upcoming DCON is in Albuquerque, New Mexico from March 28th to March 30th, 2025. I know it's like crazy that like it's already 2025, but that's all the information I can release as of right now. The theme will be released super duper soon. So kind of keep an eye out for our logo design competition and the subcommittee applications for after when the theme is released. You should see it sometime in early October, maybe really, really late September. So keep an eye out for that. The theme will be released super soon. And if you asked anybody on the district board, first of all, they will not tell you early. It is a rule. But second of all, it is so awesome. And this is a theme I'm so, so excited about. And I just want, if we have any out of state people going to DCON, which is Arizona and El Paso clubs, even though it is super far in the future, like Brandon said, Please keep in mind that you may need to start planning and registering and kind of like preparing to go now. I know some school districts kind of have certain requirements that you have to meet in order to do an out of school field trip. So make sure that you start planning and preparing now. That way you meet those requirements and can go to DCON. It's going to be so awesome this year. And yeah, those are the updates I have about DCON. And I do have some trivia questions as well. So for our first one, what are the Key Cub colors? And if you do know the Key Cub colors, what do they signify? What are their meanings?
The big question. Let's see who gets it.
Let's see.
Bryce, we are not accepting Canva codes. Canva codes are not accepted. We take our colors in rainbow form. Let's see. Key
Does
Club
anybody
color.
need a hint? Well,
Oh, there it
the
is.
hints are in the logo. Blue, gold, and white. That's right, Taser. Let's go. Taser, do you know? Oh, white is purity. That's a good one. Does anybody know what blue and gold signify?
Blue and gold. A hint about gold. Gold is what Key Club is all about. Certain types of projects that we all do. All right.
Service. Okay, Bryce was the first to get that one.
No,
Sergio got
I
freedom.
like freedom better. Freedom might be the new color meaning. Yes. It is service. Good job, Bryce and Taser and Sergio. Good job making me have a good laugh.
And
And
blue. Blue's a
blue
little
blue
tough.
is 2 words, guys. Blue is 2 words. It's a type of character. Character is the second word. Blue stands for blank character. Oh, gold
PK,
is
gold
money.
is not money.
I wish gold was money. Not strong character.
Ooh, Leo
Unwavering
got it.
character. And Sophie.
And then Sophie
Leo
got
and
it.
Sophie. All right. Nice work. Well, thank you very much. Oh, right. Wait. I'm going too fast. Go too fast.
I have one more question. So obviously everybody here is in Key Club, but are there any other extracurriculars that you guys are in? Any like DECA, HOSA, trying to think off the top of my head, NHS, any other
Any
type of
club?
clubs you guys are in? FBLA, me too.
HOSA, NHS,
HOSA.
FLA.
Another FBLA, Stuco.
Stuco. Unwavering character again. Mock trial. Mock trial is super cool. Spanish Society, Honor Society, NHS.
Okay.
Guys, what if NHS instead of National Honor Society, it's Nelson Honor Society? What if that's what NHS is?
Yeah, fun fact, me and Taser won first in an FBLA event at regionals. We're going back
Yeah.
again this year.
S band, nice. Nelson Honor Society. I wish I was in that society. Leo's in DECA.
DECA.
Yes.
All
Very
right,
cool.
awesome. Link Crew yearbook.
Nice.
Awesome,
Very
awesome.
cool.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, everybody.
Lots of extracurriculars. We Key Clubbers are known for that. All right. Well, with that said, thank you, Riley, for joining us and giving us some great information. Everyone, please give her the send-off she deserves. Lots of clapping, lots of happiness. All right. Thank you so much, Riley, for joining us. All right, guys. So, with all of that said, thank you so much for coming. Yeah. So, this meeting, we really just wanted to cover some of the big important stuff, kind of have some fun and talk about some questions about Key Club. Get to know you guys a little bit better, and you guys can get to know us a little bit better. I sincerely apologize. My power went out at the worst time, and it is dark outside, so you can't see me. So I do apologize for that. But next time will be much better, I'm hoping. I hope you all still enjoyed this session. A couple things. So all of you who are on this session, you've probably been receiving emails from me the last couple of days. A survey for the governor's project. So please fill it out. Just let us know how it went. Any suggestions you may have for us. Please don't be too mean. Riley can definitely cry, and I hate dealing with a crying Riley. Just kidding. I will be the one to cry. But please make sure you guys give us some honest feedback. Thank you guys for coming. And now the next Governor's podcast, we're gonna have some different special guests, and we might even have a special guest from another district. So we are very excited for it. Mark your calendars. The next Governor's Project is going to be in October, and I will be sending out the information promptly, but it will indeed be in October, and I cannot wait for it. We're gonna have a Halloween themed one. Maybe the presenters and I will hop on with our costumes and stuff, have some fun with it. Well, thank you again for coming. Lastly, we're gonna have a Q&A session. So if you have nothing else at this point, please feel free to leave and enjoy the rest of your evening. If you have any questions or you want to stay for the Q&A, please feel free. And your questions could be directed towards me or any of the special presenters. Please feel free.
Miss Moore had one thing that she wanted me to mention. It was she wanted me to say that even if you haven't elected all of your officers, still fill out the OCF, officer certification form. So she wanted me to mention that.
I apologize. I believe my Wi-Fi kind of cut out for a minute. Could you repeat?
I said that Miss Moore wanted me to mention that even if you haven't elected all of your officers yet, still fill out the officer certification form.
Yes, for sure. If your officers are not in there yet, but you don't have all of your officers, please feel free to fill it out. Are there any other questions? Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so when you do get your full officers elected, either resubmit the officer certification form or you can contact me. Go ahead and change it.
Thank you, Sienna. All right, we have a message from Bryce. Bryce, Sienna, Jonathan, Riley, what is your favorite type of bagel? Wow,
Green chili. Green chili, all the way.
Chili.
I like
Wow.
bagels.
What kind of bagels?
Plain.
Well, Sienna, I cannot judge you. I'm a plain bagel kind of guy. Plain bagel, some cream cheese, and I'm happy.
Yeah, me too, guys. I like plain bagels, but I like a load of cream cheese. So
Yes, for
definitely
sure, for
pack
sure.
the cream cheese in there.
Yes. I have a question for Kenny, actually. Kenny, what position do you play in football? I am curious. Oh, also, guys, you're an offensive line. Okay, so remind me not to mess with you at decon because you're an O lineman. Remind me not to mess with you. But special note about our friend Kenny. Kenny joined the Zoom 25 minutes early. Kenny joined for about 25 minutes early, and we let him in, and we had a quick chat with him. So early bird award goes to Kenny. And oh, you're a sergeant at arms in your home club. Nice. But yes, let's go, Kenny. Thank you for joining so early, and we appreciate the dedication. All right. Any other questions before we call it a night?
Brendan Strange, I always hear you asking, how are we doing? But how are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna get to that question in a second. I have to actually think about how I'm doing. But Leo, can Key Clubbers get involved in district positions right now? So the Membership Development and Engagement Committee will be having members at large, which are Key Club members from the Southwest District who contribute as a committee member and help improve the Southwest District. The September newsletter will have a full article on that, and we cannot wait to see all the applications. Additionally, the district events committee will be having subcommittees for decon, but that will be a little bit later down the road. So yes, very good question, Leo. And then Sergio, your question, how am I doing? I'm busy. I'm doing good, but I'm busy. Got lots of stuff going on. But I'm feeling good. You know, life's going good and I'm feeling happy. So thank you so much for asking. How are you doing, Sergio?
Shut up. I'm busy. Life's going good. I keep on getting stuff, but I love being busy. I love doing stuff. I feel terrible when I'm sitting down on the bed watching Instagram reels and seeing somebody going to Hawaii or doing something like that. So that's what keeps me up. That's what keeps me going around. So yeah, shout out to being busy.
Perfect. There you go. So I did see a question. Oh, not a question from Miss Moore. Yes, yes, I do feel I always feel silly like a chili. I always feel silly like a chili. And a question for Sergio, actually. Sergio, how are you always so excited?
You want the real answer or fake answer?
I would love the real answer, Sergio.
The real answer is it feels a lot more better to be happy than to be sad. And it feels great to have other people be happy because of you. So honestly, that's what I carry around with me when I go out through the day. If I can't do that, never mind, I'll stop at that. But yeah, I just love being happy.
All right. Perfect. Thank you, Sergio. Your happiness and your energy is contagious to us all. You make us all happy. All right, perfect. Well, I am seeing people filter in and out. So if there are no last minute questions for myself or anyone else on the call, we appreciate you guys coming. You are more than welcome to leave. I know some people have some meetings to get to, and it's getting close to my bedtime. Just kidding. But I will be seeing all of you soon throughout the year. Please feel free to email me or any of the other presenters with us tonight any questions that you have, and we cannot wait to see you throughout the year. Thank you so much for attending. We'll see you all in October, and have a great rest of your night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Night, everybody.